selling your house is one of the most stressful things you can do, and in today's tricky market, it's got a whole lot harder.
We're on a mission to turn unsellable houses into unstoppable sellers.
I'm going to get the best out of the houses.
While I get the best out of the estate agents.
Together, we're going to show you the tricks of the trade to make an unsellable house sellable.
On today's programme, we saddle up with a couple looking to sell up. But with an interior that's on its last legs, Sophie faces some hurdles.
This room has had a complete charm bypass.
And in an attempt to get this horse lover's home past the finishing post, I'll be meeting with the agent. And how many viewings have there been?
We've only actually had one viewing.
The north of England is home to our latest unsellable house.
Today, we're out and about in the countryside looking at rural properties, and it does not get more rural than Northumberland. It's lovely. Just look at the views.
With fantastic countryside like this right on the doorstep, this house should be irresistible to buyers, yet there's been almost no interest. I'm intrigued to find out why. It's a 3-bedroom detached house with 9 acres of land and 4 stables. On paper, it's an attractive country property, but it's proved to be unsellable. It was first listed at £505,000, but with no buyers, the price dropped a whopping £50,000 to £455,000.
I love country houses, especially ones like this with land and the extras. And from the outside, it looks pretty idyllic. So why hasn't it sold?
They've had only 5 viewings in the whole time the property's been on the market, so I'm off to do some detective work and find out what's not going on.
And I'm going to tackle the inside. I cannot wait.
Meet David and his fiancée, Suzanne. Communications salesman David works from home, and here in Bardon Mill, he and Suzanne keep 4 much-loved horses.
Like, we love spending time with the horses, so there's nothing more fun than, well, I suppose, cantering across the countryside, jumping walls and so on, you know.
Right now, though, it's not just walls that David and Suzanne are looking to jump. They want to leap into a brand new livery business and care for other people's horses.
We've been planning for years to, I suppose, to, you know, turn our hobby into a lifestyle, you know, make a business out of what we actually love doing. And we haven't got enough land where we are, so we've got to sell to get what we need to do, really. Yeah.
But after a year, they are having a nightmare. They've only had 5 viewings and no offers.
When we first put on the market in January, we did expect it to sell within a couple of months. Really, yeah. Very surprised that it hasn't.
Their dream looks like it's riding off into the sunset.
Like, we have seen properties out there that would be absolutely perfect for it, but it's more than likely, if it isn't sold within about the 3 to 6 months, those properties will be gone, so then it's just a case of, you know, catch-22 situation, really.
Come on.
You're just kind of watching life pass you by until it actually does sell.
Hopefully Sophie and John will be able to help sell the house, so we need help.
Yes,
So just why is this home a non-seller? Time for me to find out.
This house is in the most perfect setting. You've got beautiful views over to the moorland. So I think it's fair to say the problems are going to be on the inside. This looks like a newish extension, which has obviously been built to enjoy this view. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's really nice and bright and light in here.
We're off to a good start, but once around the corner, this home falls at the first fence.
Ooh, this room feels really old-fashioned and not in a good way. Peeling wallpaper, a really dark, garish carpet. All this dark furniture is not making the room feel any brighter. It's just dark, old-fashioned,
and unwelcoming. I think the horses might have better living accommodation than the humans.
I'm not sure what's worse. Little holes in the wall to display the dog or the dog itself.
And that's not all that's rough with this room. Hanging over their heads is one almighty monstrosity.
That is definitely not wood. Quite strange. What's in here? A box room that is filled with boxes.
Add to that David's empty desk and his dirty laundry. Nice.
This, at the moment, is a bit of a waste of space.
This is a room without any proper purpose. A viewer needs to have each room's identity spelt out to them. And if I can't see its function, then neither will a potential buyer. But it's the second bedroom that gets me really steamed up.
Wow, this is weird. It's a bit like being in a Swedish sauna. This room has had a complete charm bypass. What's this sort of old, antiquated gym equipment doing in here? Doesn't look like anyone's been on this exercise bike in years. A house in a position like this, with a view like that, should be really special, but instead it's lacking something. It's dark, it's dated.
It feels like a cold, soulless house that the owner no longer inhabits.
I can see why the house in this condition is unsellable.
The house isn't the only thing that's left Sophie and me cold. Here in Barden Mill, it's been snowing. We're in the middle of absolutely stunning countryside here. This is the Northumberland National Park. And I'm on my way to see David and Suzanne's estate agent. Hopefully, I'll be able to find out why this property has had a paltry 5 viewers in 1 year. But before I meet with her, time for some sightseeing. This is Hadrian's Wall. When the Romans invaded a couple of thousand years ago, they built the wall across the entire country to keep out the invading Picts from the north. It was started in 122 AD and stretches 73 miles from the Irish Sea in the west to the mouth of the River Tyne in the east. This is simply stunning countryside, and Barden Mill itself is a tiny hamlet that boasts the best of rural life. Well, I've had a good look around now, and the area's absolutely lovely. We've got the village store, the post office, and a pub. What more do you need? Well, if you do want the occasional bustle of a big city, you're just 45 minutes away from Newcastle. And if you don't fancy driving, you can take the bus or let the Tyne Valley train take the strain.
Back at the ranch, it's time for me to give David and Suzanne some home truths and hopefully whip this house back into shape.
It's a really good size. Obviously, you've got this fantastic view, but when you walk in from the extension into here, it does feel a bit dark. And I think that's a combination of the carpet, the dark furniture, and the weirdly large beam. It's overkill on a massive scale. The box room doesn't look like anyone's ever used it. I mean, do you ever sit at the desk?
Bought it, put it up, and then never used it.
It feels unused and slightly unloved. And then you've got that second bedroom, which has a sort of ancient exercise bike in. Would you say you spent much time in the house?
Not really. We spend most of our time outside.
And that's where I think the problem lies. Their love of the great outdoors means it's not so great indoors.
I think you guys have really realised the potential of the outside, but what I'd like to do is realise the potential of the interior. Upstairs, I'd like to give it a bit more character, a bit more charm, and down here, I'd like to brighten the place up.
Yeah.
Later on, I'll be meeting with David and Suzanne's estate agent to find out why their home is just not selling. But before I do that, I need to know a little bit more about the area, and where better to go than straight to the horse's mouth, the locals. I've come 11 miles from our house to Hexham, the nearest big town and the first port of call for anyone coming to the area. Now, I think it's a lovely market town, but let's find out what the locals think. Why would somebody want to move to this part of the world?
Well, it's so friendly. The people are really nice. It's clean and it's quiet and it's peaceful.
Are you getting a lot of people moving here from down south?
Oh, yes, not many Geordies still left here speaking Geordie, you know. It's all these Cockney accents.
You're not from round here.
No, that's very true.
Well,
I've lived here 6 years now.
Where did you come from then?
Just north of London, Hertfordshire. It's a much better community and people are nicer and everything. Yeah, we love it.
So, people are moving here from far and wide, which makes me think that perhaps David and Suzanne's buyer won't be in their backyard. But is there anything here that could be stopping that sale? So is there anything you don't like about the area?
The weather. It's colder.
It is colder, yeah. Is there anything you don't like about the area?
Nothing at all.
That's quite impressive. I mean,
Hexham has everything.
well, what more do you need to say? Local people obviously love it round here. Whatever the problem is with selling the house, it certainly isn't the area.
Well, John, I think it's odds on that the interior of this home is responsible for its poor performance on the market. Time to muck in and make over.
So if you want to set about getting those off the wall, I think I'm going to wrap up the sad little dogs here.
Hopefully, with these ornamental animals out of the picture, humans might want to live here. Replacing the flooring is quick and easy and won't break the bank. And in this case, it's absolutely essential because the dark colour makes the whole room feel drab. With that old carpet finally laid to rest, I can get to work and I can't wait.
According to research, 10% of city-dwelling house hunters are looking to green shift. So, David and Suzanne's house, along with its 9 acres of land, should have huge interest. We already know the area is attractive, and even in the current climate, desirable properties nearby are selling well. Take a look at these. Detached bungalow, 3 bedrooms, large garden, on the market for 3 months. Sold for £510,000. Period cottage, 2 bedrooms, large gardens. Sold in just 2 weeks for £248,500. And this period cottage with shared paddock and 4 bedrooms. Unbelievably, after just 1 day on the market, it's sold for £579,000. Despite the tricky market, property is still selling around here. So I'm intrigued to know why David and Suzanne's home has had so few viewings. Later, I'll be asking the agent that very question. But first, time to find out how her indoors is getting on.
Well, John, transforming this house from a not sellable to a hot sellable is quite a task. That old carpet's gone flying and we've said so long to the sofa.
I want to make the most of this glorious sunshine by making the sitting room brighter and more contemporary.
The dismally dark flooring will be replaced by a light, bright, camel-coloured carpet. I thought about pink walls to warm the room, but to make it look really fresh, I've opted for white with a hint of green. These simple changes should make this lounge diner look really spacious.
The box room, it's a bit of a non-entity at the moment, so it's going to become a study. And in the spare room, we're going to turn it from youth hostel to boutique hotel.
OK, I'm here to meet Claire, the estate agent, and find out why this property is stubbornly refusing to sell. Claire is the second estate agent to list David and Suzanne's home, and the second estate agent who struggled to get people through the door. I want to know why. How long has it been on the market in total?
Over a year now.
And how many viewings have there been in that time?
We've only actually had 1 viewing, but that viewing was pretty good.
Hang on. To a vendor, the only good viewing is one that leads to a sale, and that didn't happen. With so little interest, is the marketing at fault? OK, Claire, can I see the property particulars?
Yeah, there you go.
Thanks. Talk me through it.
It's a lovely property for people who are horsey. It's got 9 acres of land with it and stables.
There's hardly any photos of the inside.
No. I mean, the outside is lovely, as you can see in that picture. The gardens are beautiful. The conservatory was a lovely view. It's very good. But the further you get into the house, it really doesn't. We couldn't take any internal images that would have helped sell the property on the brochure.
So, Claire's aware of the problems with presentation, but after a year, nothing has changed. I think there might be a communication issue here. Have you told David and Suzanne that the interior lets it down?
Not in so many words, no. I think it is a very fine line, and if you can see easy ways of making a property more presentable, it's very, that's fine. But to start talking about spending money is obviously different.
It's a common dilemma that agents face. They don't want to offend a vendor. But it's important to be honest. Spending just a few £100 on the interior could make all the difference. To sell the house, you've got to get people through the door. So we're going to look at the presentation with David and Suzanne. Is there anything else you can do?
Well, I should try and do our bit and get on the phone and get some viewings.
Let's hope that after all Sophie's hard work, Claire will deliver some viewers. If you're looking to sell, here are some tips for getting your marketing right. You need to get feedback from your agent both before and after viewings. You need to know what's going right and, most important, what's going wrong. That way, you can act quickly to put things right. Make sure your agent is really enthusiastic about selling your property, because that can make all the difference between selling or not selling. If you don't think your agent's fired up enough, then get rid of them. Get a new agent. When choosing an agent, you need to ensure they understand how to market your property and, most important, who to market it to. There's absolutely no point showing people around your house if they're not likely buyers. Think about what your property's about and who's going to buy it.
When we first met, desperate David and Suzanne, their home was stuck on the market and dropping in price. With only one viewer in the last 7 months, their dreams of running an equestrian centre were running for the hills.
It seems like, you know, you're just kind of watching life pass you by until it actually does so.
But then the Unsellables stepped in, and we've got a design plan to make this once dark room look really photogenic. To lighten up the lounge, we're painting all the wood white, and we are saying goodbye to a faux ceiling beam that was such a faux pas. Upstairs, the office is getting an energising red wall. It will look the business and will make David want to work there. And the wall that once looked like a sauna is no longer a sore thumb.
Sophie, how's it going?
Good, I'm just catching some rays. It's coming together in the house. We've taken out that green carpet and it's really brightened the place up. And I think we're going to be able to turn this house around.
Yeah, I've just had a chat with the estate agent. I've come up with a couple of interesting things, some new ideas on how we can get the property out to the biggest possible market.
That's brilliant, because it's got such potential. It could be a really lovely house. It just needs a push.
OK, let's get on with it.
OK.
David and Suzanne are certainly thinking big when it comes to their future equestrian business. But when it comes to their potential buyer, the problem is they're a little small scale. It is a tough market at the moment, but this is still a lovely property on lots of beautiful land. And I'm not sure that David and Suzanne are really targeting it at the people who are going to want to buy it. The interior presentation of their house will soon be sorted. But in a race to successfully sell this home and its stables, I think they need a new market. When you're looking for a bigger spread in other parts of the UK, I mean, you're looking at magazines, websites, that sort of thing?
Yeah, looking on the internet, magazines.
I'm interested in those magazines, those websites, because there'll be other people looking on there to buy this sort of place. I think we need to target them. And in the current market, where they're desperate to sell advertising space a lot of the time, I reckon we get a really good deal.
If we've got to invest a little amount, it doesn't really make any difference if it sells the house. You know, you don't really think about it until it's actually put straight in front of you.
All right, sounds like we've got a plan to start working on anyway. Great, I'll see you later and I'll leave you to your horses.
Brilliant.
With a new national marketing strategy, all bets are back on for a sale.
Bringing this home out from the dark ages has been no light work, but in less than 2 days and for less than £500, we are almost finished. We've recovered those outdated dining room chairs, which is an effective, low-cost alternative to buying brand new furniture. And those all-important matching accessories give a sense of harmony.
Now, you can't ignore your spare room when you're selling just because you don't use it. It's still got to be homely, inviting and appealing because it is a selling feature.
And remember, when you present your house to the buying public, shelves are for show and not for storage. Pack up those family photos and ditch the junk. Buyers can't see past personal artefacts, and you certainly don't want them to be distracted. Before the Unsellables got started, David and Suzanne's home was no favourite with potential buyers. Its cosy cottage appeal was dragged down by dark flooring and lifeless decor. After a year languishing on the market, it felt unlived in, uninviting and unloved. But now we've made it into a home that will make outdoor lovers David and Suzanne want to go inside. The sitting room was dark and foreboding. Not anymore. The garish green of the carpet has been replaced with a warm camel colour. The woodwork and shelves have all been whitened, which has neutralised the space and opened up the room. By chucking out the carpet, the clutter and covering the clapped-out furniture, this is now a light, bright family dining and living area. A glory room worthy of appearing on any agent's brochure. The second bedroom resembled a backpacker's hostel. But now, with its clear blue theme running through, it's a comfortable and cosy bed and breakfast room. The box-room office had closed for business. That's all changed with the red wall that draws you in and makes this studious space feel warm and focused. Selling your home is about selling a dream, and with our help, this house has gone from cold to hot property.
Yes?
Time to see if my designs will give a despairing David and Suzanne back their hope of getting a sale.
Coming in, I'm so nervous. What do you think?
Wow.
Is that good wow?
Yeah, it's really good. Wow.
New carpet?
Yeah, much better carpet.
I know. It does make all the difference, so it looks a lot brighter.
What do you think of the dining area?
It looks so much different.
Looks like a proper room.
Even painting the beam, it makes so much of a difference.
By painting it, you don't notice it, do you?
Yeah, it's a lot more inviting.
Yeah. It's much brighter. It's much more contemporary. I think it looks really lovely. I was a bit nervous you might think it was a bit girly.
I can't get in touch with my family.
Brilliant. Well, do you want to go and see upstairs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
So far, so good, but what about the changes we've made to that dreadful youth hostel dormitory?
Welcome to your new bedroom.
Wow, again, yes.
Cast your mind back to what it was like before. A dark, empty and uninviting. The kind of room you really want to buy, snap up. Well, now we've added a bit of colour, so hopefully someone will walk in now and go, what a nice bedroom. And it's a really big size. You've got a gorgeous view over the moor. So now it looks lovely.
Yeah.
So one more room left. Come on.
And finally,
Come on in.
will the box office get a favourable review?
You've got an office. OK, you had a table here before, but you also had lots of boxes, and now you've got a properly obvious home office study. If you have a place to work, it does increase your chances of actually getting some work done.
So are they feeling that their dream is back within their grasp?
I really like the house, actually. It's a total change from what it was before.
I like the living room the best, I think.
From my point of view, I like the office. I can actually now use this.
With David and Suzanne's seal of approval, this house has gone from unsellable to officially sellable.
Well, the house has passed its first big test, but now it's down to the serious business. It's time for the agent to rise to the challenge and deliver us some viewers.
Fit a much bigger table in than the desk.
Following the Unsellable's dramatic transformation, two potential buyers are keen to take a look around. Now that the interior matches the exterior, has estate agent Claire's job become a little easier?
I think the house is really amazing. It's so light and different to how it was before. This room particularly, I love the pale green colour, and it just looks so much more spacious, and painting the mahogany-coloured bookshelves white has been a really good idea too.
She's happy, but what do the prospective purchasers think about the property?
It's a really good sized room, isn't it?
It is. Yeah, I like the high ceilings.
As you can see, you could fit a much bigger table in than that.
Yes, this is a lot longer than that, but I think it would fit in quite well there.
The living room's new feeling of size and space has had an immediate impact. This family are already picturing themselves living in the property.
This is bedroom 2.
Okay.
Lovely bright room, isn't
It
it?
is very bright.
I like the picture and the colours and things like that.
Yeah, it's a really nice colour, isn't it? And this bedroom it's currently set up as a study, but of course it could be the third bedroom.
Okay.
I like the red bit and all the red bars and things to go with it.
Yeah, it does look pretty. I thought you'd like that.
Just 48 hours ago, both these bedrooms were enough to give anyone nightmares. But with a dramatic colour change, it's now sweet dreams.
If I lived here, this would definitely be my room. I would try and share it with it.
I really liked it. I like the high ceilings and it's spacious and light.
I like the colours around everywhere and the photos, and I like the downstairs room, and I like the table and the accessories over it.
It's looking good so far. Will family number 2 be just as impressed?
OK, and this is the main reception room.
Right. Well, it's nice and bright, isn't it? Okay.
It's a really good size. I mean, I imagine it would have been 2 rooms.
It's quite long, isn't it?
Yeah. This is the second bedroom.
Second bedroom. Oh, nice. I like the colour.
Again,
that's
it's a really,
pretty.
really big room.
Whoa, that's really nice.
Yeah.
I really like the colour.
Yeah.
That's quite pretty.
Really,
Yeah, this is much more
bright,
user-friendly, this room. Well, it's really nice, Claire.
Yeah, OK. And this is the third bedroom.
Right.
It's currently set up as a study,
Yeah.
but, you know, you can still fit a...
Okay, so it's
Well, you
got-
could almost
it's
fit
got
a double
some
bed
shelving.
in if you put...
Yeah.
Photographs of all these rooms were deliberately left off the agent's particulars. But we've painted and added purpose, so can they now see its potential?
It's brighter than I thought.
Nice sized rooms.
Yeah, they are nice sized rooms. Yeah, I thought the bedrooms were fine. And it was nice having an office.
And my favourite room was the first bedroom because it had really nice colours in it.
Does that mean they're interested?
I think we would want to come back for a second look.
Definitely think about coming back again.
Definitely.
Well, I thought that went great. Claire's really accentuating the positives of the house now.
And we had some serious interest, which bodes well for a sale.
And that should mean Dave and Suzanne can soon make that dream move.
With Panda, of course.
Since we left 5 weeks ago, David and Suzanne's property has had 7 new potential buyers pass through the door. That's more than they've had in a whole year on the market. Agent Claire updated her brochure with brand new photos and is now advertising the home's interior as well as its exterior. With this renewed interest, we're confident this house and its stables won't be on the market for long.